Tila pumalag nga si Atong Ang sa panukala ng Senado na tanggalin na sa Pilipinas ang lahat ng sugal. Isa nga sa pinupuntirya ng ilang mambabatas ay ang online sabong kung saan marami na nga ang nasirang buhay. Ito nga ay pagmamay-ari ng bilyonaryong negosyante na si Atong. Ayon umano sa kampo ni Atong Ang, tila hindi daw iyon tama dahil hindi naman umano sila namimilit ng mga manlalaro at madalas umano nilang pinaaalalahanan ang publiko na ang online sabong ay libangan lang. Narito panoorin ang mainit na diskusyon sa Senado.
So kahit yung Cara Cruz po yung barya na Cara Cruz, hinuhuli ng pulis sa amin sa city namin. But the irony is, makikita ng mga bata yung Cara Cruz hinuhuli, pero yung illegal na isabong at kahit anong gaming pwede. The other irony is, casinos, sabungan, even lotto, may regulation how far from churches and schools. But actually, nag-CR lang yung isang estudyante, pwede siyang gumagamit, Mr. Chair, ng cellphone. So I'll end there, but the appeal is for us to come up with the right conclusion here, because we're spending almost 1 trillion pesos on education. Yet, what we're teaching our people is that gambling, gaming, and addiction is okay kasi malaki naman ang kita. So let me end there and thank you for this opportunity, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Senator Cayetano. Now we'll give the floor to Senator Joel Villanueva, our Majority Leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Pagpalang umaga po sa atin lahat, dear colleagues, Mr. Chairman. Bilang may akda po ng Senate Bill number 47 o Anti-Online Gambling Act, nais po nating magpasalamat sa ating chairperson, Senator Erwin Tulfo, sa kanyang mabilisang aksyon sa pagsasagawa ng pagdinig na ito tungkol sa lumalalang krisis sa online gambling. Yes, Mr. Chairman, dear colleagues and resource persons, online gambling is now a growing national crisis. That is why it behooves us to address this once and for all. And as this is more than just a game of chance, online gambling is a growing menace that threatens the very fabric of our society. Every day, people are not just risking their hard-earned money. They are putting their futures, families, and lives on the line. The lure of instant wealth has already led many down a path of addiction, death, and despair. We have seen too many cases, Mr. Chairman, where gambling deaths have resulted in broken families, suicides, disappearances, and even crimes such as fraud, money laundering, human trafficking, and worse. Isa pong halimbawa, Mr. Chairman, yung sumulat po sa amin dito sa ating opisina. Isang ginang nalulong at matapos yung kanyang paggastos ng milyong-milyong piso, binenta na niya yung kanyang bahay at iba pang ari-arian. Nag-max out na rin yung kanyang credit cards dahil sa kanyang pagkakalulong sa online gambling. Doon po sa isang lugar, isang 19 dito sa Pilipinas, sa Mindanao, 19 years old po estudyante, umabot sa mahigit kalahating milyong piso. Yung pong hindi niya mabayarang utang sa pagsusugal. Mag-aaral po siya. Meron pong isang pulis doon po sa amin sa Bulacan, sa San Miguel, Bulacan. Hinold up po yung LBC at nung in-interview po siya, ito'y dulot ng patong-patong na kanyang utang, bunsod ng online gambling. Mr. Chairman, the data speaks for itself, my dear colleagues. A 2023 survey conducted by research firm Capstone Intel revealed that 66% of young Filipinos aged 18 to 40 are involved in online gambling. Even middle-aged adults are involved. They were not spared. 57% of respondents aged 41 to 55 engaged in various online gambling activities. Nearly a third of users bet 2 to 3 times a week. And Mr. Chairman, some wagering up to 3,000 pesos per session. Even worse, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, our digital age has made gambling more accessible than ever. We now live an era where anyone with a smartphone effectively has a casino in their pocket. Open 24/7. No dress code, no travel, just one click. These platforms are powered by sophisticated technology and aggressive marketing strategies designed not just to attract users, Mr. Chairman, but to keep them gambling longer and coming back more often. what's deeply troubling is that many of these platforms use psychological triggers. I wanted to emphasize this, Mr. Chairman. May psychological triggers na ginagamit. Manipulative design elements intended to encourage impulsive and compulsive behavior. Add to that, the integration of gambling platforms into widely used mobile apps has made it nearly impossible, Mr. Chairman, nearly impossible for families to shield their loved ones from this threat. And that's why this hearing is very important. Despite all these red flags, Mr. Chairman, we see gambling advertisements being pushed to our youth through social media, streaming platforms, and even influencer content, Mr. Chairman. Please, let me put emphasis on this. Even minors are exposed to these dangerous platforms, putting our youth at risk or early addiction and lost opportunities. May mga kabataan po na hindi pa nga po pwedeng bumoto, pero araw-araw exposed na sa sugal. We must ask ourselves, how did we allow this to happen? And let us be clear, online gambling is not just a matter of financial loss. It's strongly associated with serious mental and physical health issues, broken relationships, family conflict, increased cases of domestic violence and suicide, crime against persons and property, and ultimately, the erosion of opportunities and dignity in the lives of many Filipinos. Sa madali pong salita, Mr. Chairman, sa sugal po ay hindi lang salapi ang itinataya, pati kinabukasan ng pamilyang Pilipino. Kaya ngayong araw na ito, gusto po natin malaman, Mr. Chair, anong mga hakbang ba ang ginagawa ng pamahalaan para mapuksa ang lumalalang krisis dulot ng online gambling? Binan natin yung Pogo, nag-shine naman tong online gambling at binanggit nyo kanina, Mr. Chairman, this time around, Pilipino na ang talagang target, hindi lang mga banyaga. Paano minomonitor ng PAGCOR ang mga licenses nito para masigurong walang mga irregularidad na nakakalusot? Ano po bang mga pulisiya ang dapat ipinapatupad ng mga e-wallet apps para hindi basta-basta nagkakaroon ng access ang mga kabataan sa gambling sites sa pamamagitan po ng kanilang apps? And I'm glad that Senator Alan is here being chairperson of the Committee on Banks dahil gusto natin maintindihan ano bang ginagawa nila. May mga e-wallets, may mga e-banks na rin, Mr. Chairman. Ilan lamang po ito sa nais nating matugunan ngayong araw na ito. And last but not the least, Mr. Chairman, ang tagal ko na hong legislator, 2 dekada mahigit na. Hanggang ngayon, gulong-gulo pa rin ako sa polisiya ng ating estado tungkol sa gambling, tungkol sa pagsusugal. Lahat illegal, pero pag dumating sa Kongreso, binigyan ng imprimatur, nagiging legal. Anong klaseng palisiya talaga yon? So hanggang ngayon ho, litong ho ako doon at sana mabigyan ng linaw, ano talaga yung nais nating tahakin. Mag-raise lang ba ng funds? Kung magre-raise lang tayo ng funds, edi pasukin na rin natin illegal drugs tsaka kidnapping. Mas mabilis mag-raise ng funds kung yun ang gusto natin. Pero ito araw-araw po, as we speak right now, may tumataya ngayon. As we speak right now, merong kinabukasan na masisira pag hindi po tayo umaksyon. Kaya again, Mr. Chairman, maraming salamat sa iyo at sa ating mga kasamahan dito sa Senado. Magandang umaga po ulit.
Maraming salamat, Senator Joel Villanueva. Bago po natin puntahan ang susunod pong magbibigay ng opening statement na Senador, we'd just like to put on record that Senator Bongo also filed Senate Bill number 686 prohibiting online gambling. Take note, Committee Secretary. Now we proceed to Senator Risa Ontiveros to give her opening remarks.
Salamat po Mr. Chair at magandang umaga po Chair Erwin at yung ibang mga chairs na nandirito, lahat po ng mga kasama sa ating pagdinig. Mr. Chair, ilang linggo na po natin pinag-uusapan ang online gambling at ang masamang epekto nito sa ating lipunan. At hindi po ito iisa o dalawang kwento lamang. Libo-libong mga pamilya ang sinisira na ng online sugal dahil sa shortcut na ibinibigay ng internet, e-wallets at mga super apps. Sa kontra e-sugal bill na inihain ko, malinaw ang isa sa pinakamahalagang probisyon. Bawal ang direktang paglink ng e-wallets at super apps sa online gambling platforms. Hindi naman ito food delivery o online shopping, ngunit dahil masyado nitong pinadali ang pagsusugal, umabot na tayo sa puntong nagpapakamatay kahit pa mga bata dahil sa bigat ng loob at pagkabaon sa utang. Habang wala pa rito para magpaliwanag ang mga representante ng e-wallets at super apps, ibabaling ko muna, Mr. Chair, ang aking atensyon sa mga ahensya ng gobyerno, lalo na sa ating mga regulatory agencies na PAGCOR at Bangko Sentral, na may malalaking papel sa pagpapalawak ng walang awang bisyo na ito. Inaasahan kong mabibigyan din nila ng linaw kung sino nga ba talaga ang dapat namumulis sa mga online sugal na nakalink sa e-wallets at super apps. Kaya nga kailangan natin ng batas para masiguradong coordinated at whole of government ang tugon sa online sugal para hindi na magkanya-kanya ang bawat ahensya. Dahil sa e-wallets at super apps, naging portable tuloy ang pagkakasino dahil sa mga kasalukuyang regulasyon, anli sugal, walang bantay at wala ring awa. Isang pindot lang, mauubos na ang kinita mo sa buong buwan o nababaon ka pa sa utang. It is clear we need strong, active limitations and controls enacted into law. Ayon naman sa online gambling operators, nagsusulong sila ng responsible gaming, di umano. Keso may age limit daw, keso may minimum bet, habang nilelecturan ang mga Pilipino kung gaano raw kalaki ang ambag ng sugal sa kaban ng bayan. Nagsisimula na rin daw tugunan ng government agencies ang mabilis na pagkalat ng e-sugal. But we cannot rely on mere administrative policies, Mr. Chair. Policies that may change with the winds of public opinion. Kailangan po natin ng komprehensibong batas na tutugon sa lahat ng aspeto ng komplikadong issue na ito. Mga kasama, sana huwag nating gawing tanging sukatan ang benta, ang kita dito sa online sugal kung ang kapalit naman ay lalasunin pala ang pamilyang Pilipino. Hindi dapat ninenegosyo ang paninira ng buhay. Kakabit niyan, dapat tratuhin na ring public health issue ang matinding adiksyong ito sa online sugal. Ayon sa DSM-5, gambling disorder is a mental health issue. This means government must also impose on these gambling platforms an enhanced duty of care for our kababayan who are struggling with addiction. Tulungan natin silang makawala sa pagkakulong sa online sugal. Salamat po, Mr. Chair.
Today's hearing is important because it gives us a general overview on online gambling. Do we ban or do we regulate? This is the question before us. We have bills to outrightly ban and bills to regulate. What facts do we have on hand? Just 4 days ago, it was reported that a 22-year-old in Benguet committed suicide over online gambling debts. This is not an isolated case. There are other reported cases of individuals who have taken their lives because they were buried in debt. And there are also reports that online gambling is linked to money laundering, cybercrimes, and other illicit activities. There are also numerous reports of families being affected by online gambling. There are rising cases of gambling addiction and mental health issues, particularly among the youth and vulnerable population. In 2023, a nationwide survey revealed that 66% of Filipino aged 18 to 24 engage in online gambling, with frequent betting behavior leading to academic neglect, financial distress, and psychological strain. Tanong ko po sa lahat ng gagawa ng desisyon, sa lahat ng magsasalita, yung problemang bang ganon na 66% of Filipino age 18 to 24 engage in online gambling, did it exist 5 years ago? Did it exist 10 years ago? Meron bang ganon 10 years ago na addicted itong mga batang ito, 18 years old, imbis na nag-aaral, imbis na nagsusports, imbis na nagde-develop ng social skills, online gambling ang inaatupag. The DOF position is not to ban online gambling, but to impose stricter measures and impose higher tax rates on online gambling. Well, madali na maintindihin yun kasi kung trabaho mo, palaki ng income ng gobyerno, yan ang focus mo. So may data tayo to show that in 2020, ang gross gaming revenue was 12.91 billion. In 2021, 16 billion. In 2022, 30 billion, halos dumoble. In 2023, halos dumoble ulit, 58 billion. And in 2024, halos triple, mga 2.5 well, less than triple, but mga 154 billion. So from 58 billion to 154 billion in 2024. And kalahati pa lang ng 2025, 114 na. So kung wala tayong gagawin, siguro aabot na talaga to ng 200 billion. So yan ang income na nakukuha natin sa gambling. Is it worth it? Yan ang tanong natin. The position of those who are pro-gambling, just like government, is let's regulate. Regulate lang natin yan. Kayang-kaya natin yan. They argue that the gambling business will just go underground. But do we even consider that with technology, hindi nga ma-regulate ng maayos? We cannot even keep up. So anong i-regulate natin? Hindi naman tayo mabilis mag-regulate. Hindi naman tayo mabilis sa technology. In fact, research from a Filipino sociocultural firm revealed that nung naban ang isabong, nawala. Pero kahit papaano may illegal platforms, pero nabawasan pa rin. Nabawasan pa rin. And if we have the political will, ang US naban niya yung TikTok, bumalik lang dahil bumalik din si Trump. Ang daming opportunity na mag-ban kung gugustuhin. How many young people will lose their way? How many families do we sacrifice? How many lives are worth the extra revenue to government? It is my hope that during this hearing, all relevant facts will be revealed, including the cost to every family who loses a breadwinner. Every family who does not have food to eat because nagastos na sa sugal, sa online gambling na napakadali. Every family who won't watch a child graduate dahil this child has lost their way because of gambling addiction. What is the cost to society? My final point. In as much as my bill is on a ban on online gambling, I'll be listening intently to all the resource persons. As chairman of the Committee on Ways and Means, it is my hope that there will not be a need for me to call a hearing on taxation of online gambling operations because we will be banning outright. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Pia Cayetano. Next to give his remark is Senator Rafi Tulfo.
Maraming salamat. Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair. I've been pushing for the total ban in all forms of online gambling. But recently, the government and some quarters ay pumalag ang nag-react, especially the PCOO. And they were saying na maghina-hina lang daw. And nagbigay sila ng dahilan kung bakit wag muna i-stop ang online gambling. Isa sa mga binigay nila ng reason ay malaki raw kinikita sa buwis. In fact, nagbanggit pa sila ng mga figures. The DOF gave an estimate, Presidential Communication Office. Nagbigay pa sila ng mga estimates kung how much yung direct and indirect benefits and even economic benefits nakukuha ng online gambling. However, hindi binabanggit ng Department of Finance yung social cost, yung social harm. Nabanggit nga kanina ni Senator Mig Zubiri. Nagbigay siya ng mga figures, mga estimates. Pero yung DOF, hindi. Yung psychological harm of gambling addiction, health effects, household impact, criminal offenses related to online gamblings. Nandito yung ating PNP para magbigay ng data tungkol dyan. Hindi pwedeng gamitin ang dahilan na dahil kumikita tayo sa online gambling sa pamamagitan ng buwis. Dapat timbangin din natin, isipin din natin yung social cost, yung social harm na dinudulot sa mga mananaya. At sino po itong mga mananayang ito? Mga masang Pilipino. Hindi naman po ito yung mga mayayaman na tumataya. Ang masaklap pa, yung mga mananaya, dinadaya pa. Marami na akong complainant na nanalo ng daan-daang milyon at hindi naman binabayaran. So, ayan yan example. Nasisira na ngayong buhay nila sa katataya nalulubog na sa utang, sa katataya, at nung maka-jackpot, manalo, hindi binayaran. Lokohan. Di po ba? Kalokohan. Pangalawang binibigay na dahilan ng ating pamalaan ay yung magigirilya sila, mag-underground. Pag binawal mo yan, mag-underground. I-regulate na lang. Kung mag-underground, anong ginagawa ng DICT? Ba't hindi magbuo ng isang special task force na kasama yung PNP Anti-Cybercrime, NBI, para tugisin ito magigirilya? So, tinatanggap ba natin na inutil yung DICT? Siguro naman, DICT hindi papayag. Hindi tatanggapin na kami po ay inutil. Kaya, wag na lang po natin itigil yan kasi mag-underground sila, ma-overwhelm kami. Umiling na si Asik Paraiso, tama po siya. Diba? So, you can do your job. Do your job. Huwag kayo matakot sa underground guerrilla na yan. Isa pa sa binigay na dahilan ng ating gobyerno ay yung employment daw. Of course, ako po ay pro-labor, being vice chair ng labor employment. Pro-labor po ako. Yeah, I know na 32,000 ata yung figures na binigyan nating gobyerno na nagkikinabang sa online gambling. Pero meron man talaga tayong paraan na para itong mga mawalan trabaho sa online gambling, maita-transfer natin sa ibang mga trabaho. Kung gusto, maraming dahilan, maraming paraan. Kung ayaw, maraming dahilan. Yung DOLE, pwede na mag-open ng mga job fairs. Nandiyan yung ating tourism na pwede natin i-boost para yung hospitality industry natin lumakas. In fact, pagdating sa tourism, sayang hindi natin nagagamit yung magagandang mga tourism site natin na alpasan na tayo na may ibang bansa tulad ng Vietnam, Malaysia. Nandiyan naman yung BPO na pwede natin paglagyan sa mga madi-displace, mga workers na online gambling. Nandiyan yung mga direct investments na pagagandahin natin siyempre ating peace and order para pumasok yung mga direct investors. Maraming mga complainants na pumunta sa aking programa na mga magulang, yung kanilang mga estudyante, hindi na po nakapag-aral, napupuyat, hindi na pumapasok, pumapayat na, hindi na kumakain dahil lulumpo sa online gambling. Kumukupit at an early age, mga bata, estudyante, 10, 11, 12, kumukupit sa kanilang mga magulang. Bata pa lang, marunong na makumupit, marunong magnakaw. Just imagine, paglaki ng mga ito, magiging hardened criminals na mga ito dahil at an early age, na-expose sila sa criminal activities, criminal acts, yung pagnanakaw sa mga magulang. Yung iba, nag-i-snatch para lamang may pantaya sa online gambling. Even yung mga matatanda, meron pa nagdi-dispalco, merong isang employee nagdispalco sa kanyang employer. At that happens several times sa kanilang mga employers para lamang may pantaya sa online gambling. Yung mga husband na dapat binigyan ng pangpuhunan sa negosyo para gumanda ang buhay nila, mga OFWs, na nagagastos lang sa online gambling. Pag uwi ng mga OFWs, because ako po bilang committee chair ng migrant workers, yun po isa sa mga reklamo nila mga OFWs. Pag uwi nila ng Pilipinas after a 1 year or 2 years contract, 2-year contract nila doon, ma-fulfill nila sa Middle East, pinaghirapan nila, pinagpawisan sila, after na sila ay maapi doon, maabuso, maglinis ng mga kubeta para kumita ng 20,000 to 30,000 a month. Pagbalik nila, wala na silang abutin na pera. Why? Kasi nga po, yung kanilang mga asawa at mga anak nalulumpo sa online gambling. Isa pa po, sa sinasabi ng ating gobyerno at ng iba, strict regulation. Anong klaseng strict regulation? Ayan. Tuwing meron tayong mga problema, vices, i-regulate na lang yan. Pero palagi natin sinasabing strict regulation, wala rin nangyayari. And lastly, it's about time na pakinggan natin ang mga mamamayang Pilipino, especially po yung mga misis, yung mga ginang ng tahanan dahil sila po ang nag-handle ng budget ng kanilang pamilya na napupunta lang po sa online gambling dahil sinusugal na kanilang mga anak at mga asawa. It's about time na makinig po tayo sa hinaing, sa tinig ng mga mamamayang Pilipino na nagsasabing no to online gambling. Walang exception. No to online gambling. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chair.
Maraming salamat, Senator Raffy Tulfo. Next will deliver his opening statement is Senator Rodante Marcoleta.
Salamat po, Mr. Chair. Ako po ay miyembro ng Iglesia ni Cristo, kaya kapag ako po ay nagsugal, matitiwalag po ako. Kaya alam na po ninyo kung anong posisyon ko dito. Kaya lang, bago po natin gawin ang dapat gawin, gusto ko malaman kung gaano tayo kahanda. Halimbawa, total ban. Noong total ban ang ating napag-usapan. Gaano tayo kaseryoso? Kasi po, kunwari yung online gambling platforms, naisara nating lahat. Eh, paano yung wetting? Ako po, grade 1 pa lang ako, may wetting na sa amin. Hanggang ngayon, nandun pa rin po. So, nagsasara tayo, pero bukas tayo sa iba. So baka mamaya sabihin ng tao, hindi naman totoo yung pinagsasabi ng mga senador na ito. Gusto ko po, seryosohan. Gaano po tayo kaseryoso na gawin natin lahat to? Kasi po, tingnan ninyo, sa public administration, meron po tayong mga key principles in public policy. Ang nakaakma pong key principle in public policy sa ganitong klaseng suliranin, yung pong tinatawag nilang Pareto efficiency. Minsan tinatawag pa rin itong Pareto optimality. Ano po ibig sabihin nun? It describes a situation where a state is supposed to allocate resources in a way that makes it impossible to make one very happy, but also making the other very, very sad. Tingnan po ninyo, in accordance with the charter and the governing board of the PAGCOR, yung earnings are distributed as follows. 5% of winning goes to BIR as franchise tax. 50% of the 90% balance goes to the National Treasury as national government mandated income share. Cities hosting PAGCOR casinos are given fixed amount for their respective community projects. Ito po yung pang corporate income tax. 5% of the balance after the franchise tax and national government mandated income share goes to the Philippine Sports Commission for the country's sports development programs. 1% of net income goes to the Board of Claims. Dangerous Drugs Board, 5 million a month. It provides funds for the implementation of comprehensive dangerous drugs, for the establishment, maintenance, operation of drug rehabilitation centers, and the Sports Incentives and Benefits Act. PAGCOR is also in coordination with the Department of Energy, ay ini-implement po nila yung RA 9153 or the Renewable Energy Act of 2008. Batas mo yata ito, Senator Zubiri. Funding which will be sourced from 15% of PAGCOR's annual net income. Remaining balance of PAGCOR's income is remitted to the social fund to sustain the priority projects of the Office of the President. 50% of the national government share from PAGCOR's gaming income shall be transferred to PhilHealth to fund the Universal Healthcare Center. Paano po ngayon yan? Napakaraming tatamaan ngayon. Paano natin sasagutin ngayon ng biglaan sa ating mga kababayan to? Nang hindi tayo pagsususpetsahan na gagaling-galingan ng mga senador na ito pero baka wala ring magawa. Gusto nating iban talaga. Ako po, number 1, gusto ko ring iban yan. But let's face it, bakit po naging salot ito, sabi ng ating chairman? Gaano kalaki yung salot? Bakit lumaki yung salot? Anong ginagawa ng PAGCOR? Ang PAGCOR po, sa aking pagkakaalam, kayo po ang may mandato nito. Presidential Decree 1869 as amended by PD 1993, Executive Order 260, at saka RA 9487. Whereas, sabi po niya rito, let me read this, Mr. Chair. PAGCOR's operation has enabled the government to identify the potential sources of additional revenue, provided games of chance are strictly managed and made subject to close scrutiny, regulation, supervision, and control of the government. Bakit nagkaroon ng breakdown ng control, ng supervision, ng scrutiny? Bakit sangayon ngayon sa mga nagsipagsalita ng mga kasama ko ay lumala ng lumala and we're facing a social ogre siguro. Ano po ang ginagawa ng DICT, for example? Kayo po ay magbabantay din dito. So ito po lahat pag-usapan muna natin. Sino-sino po ba ang may-ari ng mga online game platforms? Siguro po kailangan isubmit sa atin ng PAGCOR sino po yung malalaki talaga. Halimbawa po, sino ang may-ari ng AB Leisure Exponent Inc.? Sino yung may-ari ng Gabin Ventures Inc., GVI? Sino yung may-ari ng Playmate Leisure Solutions Corporation? Sino may-ari ng PhilWeb Corporation? 4 lang po yung babanggitin ko. I was informed that these 4 online gaming operators corner more than 80% of the entire market for this gambling operation. Sino po itong mga lalaki? Kilala ko po lahat ito, kaya lang gusto ko marinig sa PAGCOR. Isasubmit nyo po ba sa komite kung sino-sino ang may-ari ng mga gaming platforms na ito? Mr. PAGCOR, can you make a commitment na isubmit po ninyo?
Your Honor, we will submit the list and the beneficial owners of all the companies that not only you have mentioned but lahat na po yung kulang 70 lang po kasi may lisensya.
Meron pong purely online lang, merong physical casino at meron ding online casino.
Opo, Your Honor, amin pong isusumite ang 2 uri ng pagmamay-ari na inyong tinatanong. Una po, yung sa land-based casinos, yun po yung tinatawag ng mga integrated resorts. So kung saan yun po ay may mga iba't ibang pag-aari din. Ngayon meron din po yung mga land-based casinos na yon na integrated resorts. Sila po ay meron ding online gaming na negosyo na kalakip sa kanilang lisensya. At bukod po doon po sa online gaming companies, isusumiti po namin sa committee yung pong pangalan, una yung pangalan nung may lisensya, pangalan ng lisensya, at pangalawa po ay kung sino po ang mga beneficial owners nito. Kulang 70 po lahat, Your Honor. Isusumiti po namin lahat yon sa committee.
Ang siguro po, Mr. Chair, ang kailangan natin para mas maging malinaw, sino yung official owner, sino yung beneficial owner, sino yung gaming system administrator, ano yung mga games. Katulad po ng halimbawa, itong AB Leisure Exponent Inc. Yung mga games niya po, ito yung DG Plus, Arena Plus, Bingo Plus. Ito po yata yung nag-sponsor nung isang concert. Ngayon lang, pati po ako ay kanyang idinawit. Nagpapatawa po siya. Nakita niya yung dating Senador Grace po na nagtatawa. Natawa po at siguro naging successful siya. Napatawa niya si Senador Grace po. Bigla ba niya naman sinabi, tingnan niyo yung mukha ni Marcoleta kung matatawa kayo. Napakawalang hiya nung tao na yun, Mr. Chair. Ayaw ko na pong patuksin siya. Ang nag-sponsor po yung DG Plus. Kaya po lumalaki po eh. Gumagamit po sila ng mga ganong klaseng mga sikat na mga tao. So, alam ko po malaking pag-uusap ito, Mr. Chair. At alam ko, I think the PAGCOR and the DICT will be struggling to reinvent themselves kung paano ma-address ito. Halimbawa, mapag-usapan natin total ban. Paano kaya ang gagawin nila? Sa ngayon pa lang, Mr. Chair, I would suggest, kung nandito po yung representative ng BSP, na silang nagre-regulate po ng mga e-wallets. I believe, Mr. Chair, the BSP should issue a suspension order to e-wallet platforms to deny links to all these online game platforms para wala na pong wala nang pag-uusapan. Can the BSP do that?
Good morning, Mr. Chair, Your Honor. Yes, as the Monetary Board of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas has approved our policy that we direct the BSP supervised institutions to take down and remove all icons and links redirecting to online gambling sites.
Sa temporary measure, sir, para po kahit pa paano may magawa na tayo.
Let me interrupt Senator Marcoleta. Let us allow the agencies to present their opening statement first before taking any questions kasi hindi po tayo matatapos pag magiging question and answer. We'll just give you the opportunity, Senator Marcoleta, to ask to deliver your opening statement. We can come back and we will be allowing every senators here to ask questions later para lahat po ng resource persons natin ma-accommodate po natin. Thank you, Senator Marcoleta.
Governor, can you clarify? Sabi niyo kanina kay Senator Marcoleta, may order na kayo na tanggalin yung links.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, hindi sumusunod sa inyo. Do you have GCash?
Yes, Your Honor.
I-open nyo yung GCash mo ngayon. Nandiyan pa huli yung link.
We gave them 48 hours,
So-
Your Honor, to take down the links.
When did you order, Deputy Governor?
Today, Your Honor.
So, can you please, I know, sir, sa banking, very conservative, you have a very good reputation. Pero please speak very clearly to us. Diba? What you did on July 25, nag-circulate kayo ng proposal sa mga e-wallet at hinintay nyo pa yung kanilang reply. Tapos today lang kayo nag-order. Kasi may hearing today.
Your Honor, if I may.
Hindi, kasi ang sagot nyo kay Senator Marcoleta, kulang na lang pumalakpak ako eh. Papalakpak kasi dapat talaga ako kasi at least umaksyon kayo kaagad. Kasi yung governor nyo, ang ganda ng statement, dapat daw mahigpit. Pero wala namang aksyon. You know, I will stop there, Deputy Governor. But be very clear here kasi hindi lokohan tong hearing na to eh. 'Di ba? Sana sinabi mo kanina, sir, it took us time and everything, but we're giving them 48 hours. Eh sinabi niyo hindi, you ordered them na eh. Pag binuksan mo ngayon, meron eh. Hindi po ba? Seryoso, pinag-uusapan natin eh. Lokohan ba to? So please, sir, di ba, konting pagiging forthright naman at konting tayo pag nag-uusap dito, di ba? Ang PAGCOR mahirapan sumagot kasi trabaho nila magnegosyo ng ng gaming eh. That's why, di ba, we'll allow them to but you get my point, sir. Okay, so 48 hours makakaasa kami na tanggal na lahat.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why do they need 48 hours? Isn't that instant naman? DICT, pag sinabi ko today, tanggalin nyo yan, hindi kaya ng technical ng mga e-wallets yun? So balato muna, 2 more days?
With the permission of our Secretary, Mr. Chair.
Yes or no lang, sir? Para
Yes, it can be done right away, Mr. Chair.
So sir, why do we give them 48 hours pa kung sure naman kayo? So kung may mamatay ng 48 hours kasi nalulundon, okay lang sa atin o sayang kita?
Your Honor.
Hindi ko naintindihan eh kasi binigyan nyo since it's August 14 eh. Binigyan nyo since July 5. You know, if you call them into the room, you are the central bank eh. So I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, I'm just talking in terms of from the Committee on Banks, di ba? I was briefed. Conservative, these are gentlemen, etc. But if you called everyone into the room on July 5 and everyone pumayag, the next day, July 26, wala. You come here in the day of the hearing, you know all of the cameras are here, representing the central bank, telling Senator Marcoleta, wala nang links, then nung tinignan ko meron, then we're giving them 48 hours na hindi naman nila kailangan ng 48 hours. Bakit po? Bakit tayo ganun?
Your Honor, we gave them sufficient time for all of them to
Sir, the
remove-
ICT just said now, they can do it instantly. Wala kayong technical people sa Central Bank? Kayo nagre-regulate ng e-wallets eh. Or sayang yung kita nung 2 days.
Your Honor, it's because of that reason to give them time to take them down, lahat sila, and also to give adequate or prompt information to the public. So for
Sir, number 1, July 25 pa yung memo nyo. At pumayag sila. So alam na nila. So naghahanda na sila. Oh, number 2, the public, sila nga ang biktima eh. Sila ang biktima. Why do they need to notice na kung gusto nilang sugal, they can do it otherwise, but they do not go to the link. Anyway, I'm taking up too much time, but sir, please, I look forward to working with you. I'm sorry, ikaw yung nandito in the Central Bank, pero Central Bank is one of the most respected institution na may political will dito. Ang monetary board is independent. So, pag sinabi yung decisive yung action, decisive tayo. Yeah. Sir, may I move to PAGCOR? First of all, may I start by thanking you na meron know your customer.
Senator Cayetano, pabalikan ko lang po si BSP. Kailan mo magtatapos itong 48 hours?
it starts from today.
Kailangan po matatapos. Anong araw po yan?
That's 2 days sa Saturday, Your Honor.
Sa Saturday. So sa Saturday, ina-expect natin na committee na ito na wala ng games dyan sa e-wallet na yan.
By end of Saturday.
Sa Saturday.
Opo.
Anong oras po sa Saturday? Umaga, tanghali, gabi?
48 hours po, so we give them until the end of Saturday to remove.
End of the Saturday. So ibig sabihin, sige, pagbibigyan kita, Sunday morning, hindi ko na makita yung games sa mga e-wallets.
Apo, wala na po.
Pag may nakikita po ako, i-contempt kita. Pwede po. Para malinaw po tayo, hindi yung, sabi nga ni Senator Cayetano, wag mo ninyo biro-biruin ng komite na ito. We have a problem. We have a crisis. Hindi po ito basta-basta. We are facing crisis, Mr. BSP, sir. And when you say, Saturday po, huling oras na Saturday, sige, pagbibigyan kita hanggang Sunday. Pag Sunday morning, meron pa pong mga games sa mga e-wallet, sir, iko-contempt ka namin.
Yes, Your Honor. And we'll also take, we will sanction also the concerned BSP.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, Mr. Chairman, if I may, just very short, Mr. Chairman.
Right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would respectfully object, Mr. Chairman, to that statements made by Central Bank in saying that they need time 48 hours to take it down, while we heard from ASEC Paraiso a while ago that they can do it right away. I just don't get it, Mr. Chairman. Forgive me, Your Honors, my dear colleagues. It is not acceptable yung answer bakit kailangan ng 48 hours. We wanted to protect the public eh. Namamatay na nga yung mga tao eh. Numbers don't lie. These facts, these reports, ang dami pang hindi nare-report, Mr. Chairman. Kausap mo lang yung isang governor sa isang probinsya dito sa Pilipinas. Sabi niya, halos araw-araw may nagpapakamatay dito, pare. Bakit di natin ma-stop? Again, Mr. Chairman, I'm really sorry. It is not acceptable yung binibigay na sagot kung bakit hindi natin mai sara ngayon kung kaya naman. Ngayon, if there's another answer, Mr. Chairman, that would convince this representation na bigyan pa rin ng 24 hours, sige ho, I will agree. But right now, the answers being given to us, Mr. Chairman, hindi ho acceptable. Sorry. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Villanueva. Yes.
Sandali lang po, Mr. Chairman. We'd like to clarify the statement of the BSP representative because very important po yan. Is your statement is within 48 hours, you will ban the apps on the e-wallets or you will ban e-wallets to be utilized by these gambling operators? That's two different things, ha? Kasi yung apps, tanggal lang yan. Ibig sabihin, walang advertising. Pag punta mo sa GCash, sa PayMaya, hindi na lalabas yun. Pero iba yan sa pinagbabawal nyo ng paggamit ng e-wallets sa pagbayad nitong gaming na ito. Let's clarify that. If you're saying the latter, which is to ban, then I am with you, I support you, and I congratulate you if you can do that within 48 hours. So let us clarify, Mr. Chairman, ano ba talaga? Yung pagtanggal lang ng advertising apps sa e-wallets or pagtanggal talaga ng e-wallets sa paggamit sa pagpusta nito mga games na ito?
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
dito kay BSP kay Governor. What's your name, sir?
Mamerto Tangonan, Your Honor.
Ba't kinakailangan pa ng isang araw na palugit? 48, ba't kinakailangan pa ng 48 hours? Eh sabi nga na dito, isang pindot lang yan, tapos nawala na yung apps na yan. Ba't kinakailangan palugit? Para marami pang pwedeng tumaya? Para meron pang mga kukuha ng porsyento sa mga taya na yun?
Mr. Chair,
Sir, I'm
may,
asking
may
him.
I interject?
Sir, excuse me. I want him to answer my question.
Senator Raffy finish first.
I want him to answer my question, Senator. Pakisagot lang po yung tanong ko. Ba't kinakailangan ng 48 hours na pwede naman gawin agad-agad? Tulad nga sinabi ni Senator Villanueva and Senator Migs, nagtataka lang kami. At si Erwin nga nagsabi, pag hindi mo makagawa yan in 48 hours, iko-contempt ka. Pakipaliwanag, okay, mabilis lang. Anong proseso ba dapat ang ginagawa para ito ay tuloy na matanggal?
So, Mr.
Yung pinag-usapan natin.
Your Honor, we provided 48 hours because one, as I've mentioned earlier, we want to give time to the BSP supervised institutions to take down those in-app links and icons to the online gambling sites. The other reason, Your Honor, is so that we will also provide time for the customers, for the consumers, to withdraw their funds from the online gaming account once they learn that we are already removing the links from the BSI mobile payment applications and websites, Mr. Chair. So within that time, for consumers who may want to take their money out from their online gambling accounts, they may do so, Mr. Chairman.
Fine, Mr. Chairman, just to clarify. So what the gentleman from the BSP is saying is bawal na gamitin ang e-wallets for online gambling. We need a categorical statement from you. Bawal or tinatanggal mo lang yung app or bawal na?
We're removing the in-app links po from the
Not the use.
websites.
Not the use. Because what happens now if they want to go into a scatter or whatever game and it says there how to pay using PayMaya, GCash, nandun pa yun. So are you telling us you're just taking out the app but you're not taking out the use, being able to use that app, wallet to pay the account? Yan ang importante, sir, Mr. Chairman. Mahalaga yun, malaman ng taong bayan. So what is your answer before I will just ask my colleagues? This is very important. Are we going to ban now the e-wallets from being utilized for online gambling payments?
Mr. Chair, before he answers, because I'd like to put this in the proper perspective, this representation was the one who this morning made the suggestion, considering that the PAGCOR and the ICT has yet to do some struggling on how to regulate the online games operators. Ang sabi ko nga, maybe BSP should issue a suspension order to all wallet platforms like PayMaya, GCash, etc., to suspend their links to all online gambling operations. Yun po yun eh. Hindi ko alam na bakit sila po yung parang nagigisa ngayon samantalang they're only I think they have only a very limited participation. Sir, are you a game developer? Are you an enabler? Are you a promoter? Di ba ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, Mr. Chair, mga online game gambling operators?
Senator Marcoleta, let's just clarify this. Kasi sila yung nagbigay ng pahintulot o lisensya sa mga e-wallets. Pero kasama po ba sa paglilisensya ninyo na pumasok sila sa sugalan, BSP Governor, sir? Did you allow them? I mean, meron po ba kayong go signal to include online gambling sa e-wallets? Did you do that? Kasi ang alam ko po, e-wallet para padala ng pera, di po ba? Bakit po pumayag kayo? I mean, this has been going on for several years now.
Mr. Chair, we allowed them to send funds or to remit funds to legal and
Kaya po, bilisan na po natin. Pinayagan nyo ba sila na maglagay ng gambling? Pinayagan po ninyo?
given that
Yes or no, sir? Yes or no? Did you?
Yes.
Did you or did you not? Para malinaw po tayo. May katanungan po Senator Marcoleta. At magtatanong pa po Senator Cayetano, di pa po kami tapos sa PAGCOR. Just answer yes or no. Pinayagan nyo ba?
Sandali po, hindi pa nasasagot muna yung tanong ko eh. Ay, kayo muna magot sa tanong ko. Kayo po ba ay game developer? Kayo enabler, promoter, and marketer ng online games? Kasi
hindi po.
Mr. Chair, parang sila ngayon ang nagigisa eh. That's why I'd like to point out, ano po ba yung limited participation ninyo eh? Kasi ang PAGCOR po ang merong regulatory powers dito eh. Bakit hindi sila yung mauna na mag-regulate? Bakit po yung GCash ang dinidiin natin? Parang nakikita ko, we're all barking on the wrong tree. I just made a suggestion this morning but I did not expect na sila yung gigisahin natin. Hindi po sila yung operator eh. Ang kanila, sa akin pong pagkakaunawa, the participation of GCash occurs only at the point where lawful payment facilitation is performed. And GCash has employed stringent regulatory and compliance control. So, bakit sila yung receiving end? Ito lang naman ang punto. Let us be very reasonable here. Don't be harsh on anybody. Yung PAGCOR ang uunahin natin dito. Sila yung nag-breakdown ng regulation. If they cannot regulate their own accredited and approved online game operators, at sinasabi nila ngayon dito, Mr. Chair, ang problema yung pong mga illegal, bakit hindi po nyo puntahan ng mga platforms, Mr. PAGCOR? Eh, ang mga platforms, kabisado naman natin kung sino-sino sila. Ito yung Google Pay. Ito yung Amazon, ito yung Facebook, ito yung Twitter. Can you not go to them in the first place with the help of DICT? Doon kayo magsimula. That's the first layer. And then go back to your legal or illegal. Tingnan nyo kung meron silang KYC measures to protect the public. Why are we frying the e-wallet? Wala po akong nakikitang participation nila sa e-gambling or whatever.
Yes, but they are the conduit to
But
online
for
gambling.
the
Without
record,
walang
for the
online,
record,
hindi
I was the one who suggested.
Hindi po pwedeng magtaya yung mga bata kung wala yun.
Kaya nga po, ang sinasabi ko, i-suspend nila. Tapos na yun. Pag sinuspend nila lahat, yung link, so wala na pong magbabayad. At the very least, merong provisional tayong nagawa ngayon. May provisional measure that we have done. But let us not naman fry people.
Let me answer.
Mr. Chair.
Bakit nag-isa? Yeah.
Senator
Let me,
Cayetano, then
with your
Senator
permission, dahil ako
Taveros.
ako po yung medyo uminitulo. First and foremost, tama po, Senator Marcoleta, ikaw nag-suggest. Ang kasalanan ko, I take all of your suggestions seriously. Na-offend lang po ako na sinagot kasi na wala na yan, wala nang links. Samantalang nung inon ko yung phone ng aking staff, meron pa rin link. And because nga, I found it lack of political will na July 5, kinonsulta pa rather than then. Secondly, sir, the thing is, I have received information, complaints from very, very reliable, in fact, players to, that yung ibang e-wallets, hindi ko sasabihin kung sino, later on, kasi imbitahin naman ni Chairman Tulfo, sinabi niya kanina, that pati sa illegal, ginagamit yung e-wallets at kulang ang ginagawa nila. Ang PAGCOR does not regulate the e-wallets. It is central bank. Having said that, it is a bigger problem. So anyway, we'll leave it there and we will go now to PAGCOR. So with that, pasensya ka na, Senator Marcoleta, we're not passing the blame to central bank, but we're sharing the blame with I share the blame with all of you. Dapat talaga nung pinasa yung PAGCOR law, tinanggal kasi dito sa Senate yung yung internet. Nakaban yun talaga nung 2007 law, 'di ba? Kaya hindi ko masisi si Chairman Al kasi wala sa batas ngayon na bawal ang internet. Nilalagay namin ni Joel Villanueva yun sa pero tinanggal dito sa Senate. Anyway,
Mr. Chairman,
Mr.
if I may just very quickly, no, and I share the sentiments of my dear colleague Senator Alan Cayetano. In fact, every time we talk about PAGCOR's charter, Section 10 of PD 1869, yung PAGCOR charter as amended gives PAGCOR authority to operate and license gambling casinos, gambling clubs, and other similar recreation or amusement places, gaming pools. Wala dito yung online eh, di ba? Hindi natin na yan. But
No,
I will go to that
tayo
later.
sa House, nilagay natin yon.
I remember
Sa
that.
BICAM, natanggal dito sa
Yes.
Senate. But at that
Yes.
time, hindi pa naman natin alam yung
Yes.
apps, hindi pa
Yes.
natin alam yung Paymaya,
Yes.
GCash.
I remember that, Senator Cayetano. And just to put on record, Mr. Chairman, just like Senator Marcoleta, I share the same thing. I have nothing against e-wallets, etc. It's just that ginagamit sila eh. But it appears that na hindi nagagawa ng regulating body yung dapat niyang gawin. Kanina, uminit din yung ulo ko dahil hindi ko po alam. And I'd like to put this on record because I didn't know these mechanisms. No? Yung, for example, naglagay na pala ng pera yung mga kababayan natin. Hindi ko alam yun eh. So ngayon ko lang ho narinig. Have I heard it kanina? Kaya may 48 hours. Hindi ako sasamaan loob eh. Now that you mentioned it, para maprotektahan na yung mga naglagay at makalabas sila, then I understand and I will share now the position of the chair.
Yes.
Na
Senator
bigyan sila
Risa's bill,
ng, time pa. So
actually,
just put that on record, Mr. Chair.
yes,
Thank you.
Senator Risa's bill actually includes the ban. So tama yung tanong po ni Senator Migs na, sir, when will the central bank decide whether on your own, under the law, you can do that now eh, will you ban the use of e-wallets for gaming? Kasi
Mr. Chair.
Yeah, go ahead.
With the indulgence of Senator Alan Peter Cayetano, go ahead, Senator Tiveros.
Salamat, Mr. Chair, at salamat din kay Senator Alan. Dahil nabanggit na rin po niya, indeed, yung pagputol po, absolutely, ng link sa pagitan ng mga e-wallets at super apps at mga online gambling platforms, isa sa pinaka-importanting provision nung bill ko. Which is why also, Mr. Chair, I just wanted to manifest kasi kanina nabanggit na yung mga e-wallets. I'm really looking forward, Mr. Chair, dun sa sinabi nung chair kanina na iimbitahin din sila sa susunod na pagdinig para matanong natin. Because I believe those e-wallets, whether GCash, Paymaya at iba pa, ay may sagutin sa problemang ito ng online gambling. Salamat, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Tiveros. Go ahead, Senator Cayetano.
Mamaya kasi, Mr. Chair, I will show, and yun doon ako papunta sa question ko kay Chairman Al, na sa isabong kasi nakita din natin yung difference ng may betting station at saka yung nagagamit yung e-wallets. So I'm not pressuring the central bank, sir. It's just sinusundan ko lang yung question ni Senator Migs. Have you decided or it's still under consideration whether ipagpabawal ang paggamit ng e-wallet? And let me explain why ha. In the casino, part of know your client, 'di ba? Kapag ka nagka-gambling addiction 'yan, the family member can call the casino and can tell them, Mr. Cruz or Mr. De La Cruz or Mr. Santos has a gambling, hindi ka na pwede doon, 'di ba? And may limit din yung dala mong pera and may limit din yung ATM na pwede mong gastusin. But if you can use your credit cards and your e-wallets for online gaming, and then if it's hitting yung masa, so yung katulad ng kwento ni Becoming Filipino si Kulas, 'di ba? He was in a jeep, every stop naglo-load ng 50 pesos, 'di ba? So, yes sir, hindi kayo ang operator, pero if it's just like banks. Why do we have the anti-money laundering law? Hindi naman yung bangko ang naglo-launder eh. Pero nagiging conduit ng laundering. Kaya kapag ka may bangko na nag-launder ng ngayon, ipipinalize nyo. So kung nagiging conduit ngayon yung e-wallets, sa laki ng kita nila, they don't need this. This is just additional transaction to them. Sir, baka yun ang so just answer that question, but in the next hearing, can you give us data sa kita ng e-wallets How much ang kita nila yung day-to-day transactions, whether kuryente, tubig, grocery, in general, at magkano yung sa online, sa gaming, ho, di ba? So is the central bank considering that or hindi na? Tapos na yung regulations niya?
Your Honor, the suspension of the in-house links from the mobile apps is an immediate measure while we are finalizing the
So you're discussing
regulations on regulating
So you're
use of
discussing
payment
that part
services.
kasi mas mabigat nga yung part na yon, whether they can use it or not.
Yes.
And I assume you'll be monitoring this hearing and the inputs para makita nga yon, no?
Yes.
And you will include credit cards. Can you include credit cards?
Yes, Mr. Yes,
Yeah,
Your Honor,
kasi-
that credit cards are included among those that we will prohibit to use to
Yes, kasi pag
pay
tinanggal mo sa Paymaya GCash, tapos magkaroon naman ng site ang Visa, Mastercard, American Express, di ganun din lang, di ba? Okay. So, Chairman Al, dahil maraming magtatanong, no, yung una kong punto kasi dun sa physical casinos nga, may opt-out ang mga city eh. So whether Tagaytay yan or Batanes or ano, di ba? Pero dito sa online, yun ang problema namin. Na one, wala naman distance from the church and the school. So theoretically, yung guardian ng school can be in the CR pag walang nakatingin at naglalaro. Ang church, pwedeng nagpe-praise the Lord kami, yung pala yung katabi namin, tumama na pala sa bingo or sa scuttle or whatever, no? So, are you studying this regulation? So if a city wants to opt out of online, can we ask the ICT to take out the online from our city? I'm just asking, have you considered it? If not, I know that you will have to discuss it.
We are considering, Your Honor, the possibility of placing bets in betting stations only. Pinag-aaralan po namin pangkasalukuyan yon na kung alimbawa po imbis na dito ka tumaya sa iyong telepono, kayo'y kailangan pumunta na lang sa isang, para pong sa
Sir,
karera yung off-fronton.
Yeah.
So isa po sa tinitingnan namin yon. Ang tinitingnan po lang namin na konsiderasyon talaga yung ano yung mawawala sa merkado. Doon po sa binanggit nyo, gusto ko rin pong idagdag na rin, Senator Cayetano, Your Honor, na ang PAGCOR po hindi pinapayagan na gumamit ng credit card ang sino man sa pagtataya. Yun po, maski sa online, bawal po yun. Hindi po natin, kasama po sa regulasyon yun, hindi po tayo pumapayag na ang credit card ay magamit nila na pambayad sa kanilang pagsusugal online.
Thank you for that, Chairman. And with my colleagues here, I still going for the ban, but just in case ang decision, no?
No.
Meron master control yung sa main chairman eh. So, nakaka-cancel ang co-chairman. So, yeah. Wala naman ako masusumbungan kasi ang chairman natin Tulfo, so hindi ako makakasumbong sa Tulfo. Chairman. Chairman Al, the reason I bring this up, and I'm happy you're discussing it, I'm still for the total ban and many here are for, but between a total ban at wala tayong gawin, somewhere there is yung regulation that works. So I want to focus on regulation that works, no? If you look kasi at Isabong, no? It was really the online component at isa sa lumaki talaga ng husto yung GCash. Paymaya was bigger than GCash before Isabong, no? And the thing about when you said kanina na nagproliferate pa rin yung illegal, I have here on my cell phone statement ng CICT na iwa-wipe out nila yung illegal na Isabong. If you can wipe out illegal Isabong, then you can wipe out the other illegal. But I agree, Asek Aboy, I don't wanna put you in hot water and I want to put in context. Umami naman sila na cat and mouse. Kasi nga, pagka illegal, they'll change site, di ba? Even sa e-wallet, di ba? So, pagka legal at pwedeng gamitin yung e-wallet, diretso doon. Pag illegal, you'll have to keep reporting kasi may sistema sila na kunwari iba yung corporation para mag-appear doon sa bill, hindi siya gaming site. So I am aware, no, that there is a cat and mouse game here. But I just want to make a point na nung I lost my speakership partly because of Isabong, because I did not allow it to be calendared for the franchise, di ba? I was threatened, okay, but it's worth the cost, di ba? But ang point ko po, sir, yun din ang sinabi nila at medyo nadurog puso ko when I heard Senator Win, who's one of our most studious senators, report in Malacanang about vapes. Ang marketing ng vape, i-approve natin because it is safer than cigarettes. And ang sinabi, yung vapes is for the older people whose cigarettes to go down. Pero Senator Win, ano yung statistic na binigay mo? Ilan sa youth na natin ang gumagamit ng vape?
Mas marami ng youth ngayon, yung mga first, yung tawag nila.
You gave a
first-time
percentage, di ba? Remember?
Yeah.
Basta it was a staggering percentage, no? So ang point ko lang, Chairman Al, na I agree with you, nagpo-proliferate yung illegal. Pero it's also not exactly true na pagka tinanggal mo, ginawa mong illegal like isabong, hindi mababawasan. Kasi there's much more isabong now, much less isabong now because it's so hard for them to bet. And secondly, pwedeng mag-cat and mouse kung live yung sabong. Kung hindi naman live, hindi ka basta-basta tataya. Kasi kung replay, parang kay Manny Pacquiao yun. Ba't ko, di ba, para kang, alam mo ng draw eh. So sa draw ka tataya, hindi sa sinong mananalo, no? But, maybe I'll stop there kasi Chairman Al has been saying that meron na sila. What I want to hear, Chairman Alice, ano yung mga dinidiscuss yung regulation and whether it will work or not, di ba? But I will, if you're gonna answer others naman, I'm willing to wait for that naman. Or if you wanna answer that slightly, no?
Doon po sa katanungan kanina ni Senator Marcoleta, nakikipag-ugnayan na po kami ang PAGCOR sa DICT at sa CICC. At siguro po maya-maya mag-uulat ang sekretary ng DICT. Sumulat na po sila sa lahat po nung tinutukoy ninyong mga iba't ibang mga social media services. At siguro po magandang sila na makapagpaliwanag kung ano po ang nangyari, ano ang sinulat nila at ano po ang naging mga kasagutan. Pero tinalakay na po namin, Senator Marcoleta, yan. Meron na po sigurong 3 linggo ang nakalilipas. At may positibo rin po yatang mga kasagutan ang DICT at ang CICC maya-maya. Doon po naman kay Senator Cayetano, ano po ba yung mga measures na namin pinag-aaralan sa pangkasalukuyan? Una, talaga pong ang mabigat na kalaban natin sa pangkasalukuyan ay yung mga illegal. At harap-harapan po, sila yung mga nagbabayad ng malalaki advertisement, maging sa airport, kinukuhang endorser, iba pa yung mga politiko, talaga pong mga illegal sila at wala kaming magawa. Pero nakapag-ulat na po kami ng 11,800 na website na illegal at to the credit of DICT, NTC at saka ng CICC, meron na pong 7,800 ang kanilang
Sorry, Chairman Al. When you take them down, etc., are we filing cases? Are we jailing them? Kasi as I said kanina, sa amin, Caracruz lang, hinuhuli ng polis.
Opo, sa amin po kasi wala kaming authority.
No, but
Kaya
the
po,
PNP...
Opo, rini-refer po namin, Senator, sa DICT, sa NTC at sa PNP Cybercrime. Doon po naman, gusto kong ipalam nga, sa 11,800 na namin pong na-report na sa kanila, kulang 8,000 na po ang talagang nakat nila. Pero meron pong ipaliliwanag din nila mamaya, kung halimbawa today ay Worldwide Gaming 1, bukas po Worldwide Gaming.
Chairman, last point ko na lang to ha. Kasi sanay na tayo na pagka may major crime, parang ganito sa amin, nandyan kung sino man sa PNP or DILG na sa kaliwat kanan yung mga hinuli. Isa lang sa mga illegal na yan sa PNP or with PAGCOR, hulihin nyo at ikulong nyo. Sunod-sunod na yung iba. Pero pag sinasabing klino-close lang pero wala tayong presentation na talagang full force of the law, no? So let me stop there kasi nga marami.
Before you answer, Chairman Tenko, I would just like to remind our resource person, particular PAGCOR, kung pwede po i-clear nyo yung sagot. Sa mga kasamahan ko po naman, question na po tayo ngayon, do not make any manifestations, and then you have to direct your questions sa PAGCOR because defer muna asking other agencies para mapagbigyan po lahat sila. And then with the indulgence of my colleagues, Senator Raffy has an appointment outside, so he wants to ask one question kung papayag po yung mga kasamahan natin. And then after that, maybe Senator Win Gatchalian, are you going to deliver an opening statement, Sen?
Sabay ko na lang sa questions.
Of course. Go ahead. With the
Sa
indulgence,
akin
everyone.
kasi,
Go ahead.
one question only and answerable by yes or no lamang. Wala na iba. Pero bago dyan sa question ko, next time siguro pag gumawa ka ng presentation, dapat timbang. Yung presentation yung ganawa, puro yung mga kinikita ng gobyerno, sino mga nakikinabang sa mga agency ng gobyerno. Bakit hindi rin kayo gumawa ng survey kung ano yung social effect, yung social harm, para matimbang ba? Malaman ng taong bayan kung ano ba talaga ang sitwasyon. Right? Okay.
Yes po, tama po kayo.
Yes. Okay, good. Now, ito, yes or no? Will the Philippine economy come to a standstill pag tinigil natin online gambling? Yes or no?
Yeah, hindi ko po masasagot na.
Yes or no lang?
No
Or-
naman, no po, no.
No. Okay, good. Now, will the agencies mention na nakikinabang sa revenue ng sa revenue na nanggagaling sa online gambling, will it stop operation and it can no longer operate? Yes or no?
Yes.
It will stop?
It will stop po at yan po ay...
Yung PhilHealth will stop their operation kung hindi na
Hindi
makakatanggap?
po, yung PAGCOR po ba ang tinutukoy ninyo?
No. The agencies that are getting recipients of PAGCOR revenue from online
hindi
gambling,
ko po
will they
kasi-
stop operation? Yes or no lang?
Ang palagay ko po hindi naman.
Thank
Pero
you.
sa PAGCOR po,
No, yun lang. Huwag mo na sagutin pa.
Opo,
No.
salamat
Okay, thank you. That's all.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, again, point of information, hindi nga natatanggap. Kaya sure tayo tuloy-tuloy pa rin. Kasi
Oo.
kung natatanggap
Ma-
it's not, and when I have my turn, I will ask more questions about that.
Senator Pia, may I just answer? Opo, salamat po.
Go ahead. Senator Villanueva.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, dear colleagues. Good afternoon na po sa ating mga kasamahan dito. I have some questions to PAGCOR, and Chairman Al has been a good friend of this representation. May kababayan from Bulacan, but we already agree with each other to disagree when it comes to gambling kasi ever since naman anti-gambling po tayo, legal man o illegal. Yung isang question ko lang po, isa sa mga question ko, yung beneficial owners po ng online gambling platforms, may mga binanggit kanina si Senator Marcoleta, yung mga beneficial owners ng online gambling platforms are sa inyo pong pagkakaalam bilang PAGCOR at state regulator natin, hindi po ba sila associated with laundered Pogo money? Kasi marami na po akong narinig tungkol dito na yung Pogo funds, Pogo money, dito na ngayon na china-channel, no? And I'm still not done with my research, pero malapit na, Mr. Chairman, I'll share this with the committee, na itong mga owners na ito ng online gambling platforms ay nanggaling po at associated dito sa mga laundered Pogo money. Do we have a information about that, Chairman?
Senator Villanueva, sa akin pong pagkakalam, yung pong malalaki lalo na, ay hindi po associated sa Pogo. Maliwanag po yon. Dahil
Malalaki po. But,
yung malalaki po.
but
Maski yung,
I'm not sure, Mr. Chairman, whether or not may nakapasok or associated po sa Pogo.
sa pagkakaalam ko po talagang halos wala. Wala. Sapagkat yung pong malalaki, bago pa po Pogo, nandyan eh.
Apo.
Yung mga nabanggit na iba ni Senator Marcoleta. At yung
But this is, you're talking about the legal.
illegal po, legal.
Kaya nga. So
yung
you're
illegal
not
po
talking-
kasi, Senator,
Yes, you
wala
have-
po
you
ako
don't have any
impormasyon.
idea.
Opo, pasensya na po kayo.
But again, Mr. Chairman, would you be surprised dun sa illegal na ito ay Pogo laundered money?
Doon po sa nakikita kong mga pangalan ng illegal, worldwide po talagang illegal ang hanap buhay nila eh. Kaya ang
I
paniwala,
would be surprised.
I
Thank
will
you.
not be surprised.
Thank you. So just pointing it out.
Yes.
Another thing, Mr. Chairman, paano chine-check ng PAGCOR that your special class of business process outsource, yung tinatawag yung SCBPOs, are not being used to camouflage online gambling? May mekanismo po bang ganon
Meron,
when you do that?
meron po, Senator. Ang totoo po meron na pong tinalaga ang PAGCOR ng mga monitoring na empleyado na bumibisitang regular. At yun po, natitiyak ko sa inyo, 100% wala pong involved sa
online gambling.
Sa online gaming.
Thank
Sila
you.
po bagamat sila tumatanggap ng trabaho doon po sa mga may online gaming sa abroad or merong gambling sa abroad. Pero tumatanggap po sila ng taya, natitiyak ko po sa iyo.
I just hope na within the bounds of the law yung
Maliwanag po yun.
Thank you. Yes, I'm also concerned, no, yung wanted to make sure that mechanisms are in place. Nabanggit po sa atin yung Scandinavian online gaming platforms, yung EVO. I'm not sure if you have heard about it. I think yung our friends from CICC and the DICT would attest to this. They're alleged to be money laundering tools. So, yung ganito pong klase ng modus operandi, nakahanda rin po ang PAGCOR para makita po ito that we'll be able to prevent this from occurring.
Yes, Senator, nakahanda po. Ang totoo aktibo pong nakikipag-usap ang PAGCOR ng madalas sa Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas at ganun din po sa Anti-Money Laundering Council. At binomonitor po natin. Dito po sa online, kailan lang nakipagpulong po kami sa Bangko Sentral, wala pong indikasyon na ginagamit ang online gaming para po sa money laundering.
Again, Mr. Chairman, you're talking about legal.
Legal po.
Kaya nga po.
Yung po nasasakupan lang po ng PAGCOR, Senator Villanueva.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to point that out because in your presentation, I was listening attentively, mas malaki yung illegal na binabanggit po dun sa presentation. No? So kaya mahirap we take your answer as the gospel truth, but at the same time knowing the fact that mas malaki yung illegal. And I remember, Mr. Chairman, during the time when we were talking about Pogo and all, nung may Pogo crisis, sinasabi nyo nga po ng PAGCOR na hindi nyo talaga kayang kontrolin or ma-regulate lahat, no? Dahil mas marami nga yung illegal. Parang ganito din po na online na gambling. And kanina ina-admit nyo rin na sa laki po nito, hindi talaga halos imposible na ma-regulate ng PAGCOR ang lahat ng ito. And that is the main reason, Mr. Chairman, na ang posisyon po ng representasyon na ito ay itigil muna at kung balak nating i-regulate, magsimula tayo from scratch para masiguro natin lahat ng illegal nahuhuli po natin. Lahat mako-consider na illegal. But another problem that may arise is the concern of Senator Marcoleta. Kung yung wete nga hindi pa natin napapasara, napapa-stop, no? Doon sa amin sa Bulacan hanggang ngayon may isabong Nagugulat ho ako tagal-tagal ng illegal ng isabong. So, yun lang po Mr. Chairman at siguro yung huling katanungan ko po and I just want to give way to my colleagues so that they can ask their questions. One, yung binabanggit ni Senator Pia Cayetano, yung sa PhilHealth hindi nabibigay. Lagi yung reklamo sa amin. Laging reklamo din ho sa amin yung Philippine Sports Commission na hindi rin po nabibigay. At kami na ho yung gumagawa. And just for the record, Mr. Chairman, personal na, alam ni Senator Pia, personal na resources yung ginagamit namin para lang tulungan yung ating mga atleta, mga bayani natin na nakiki-compete around the world. And but last but not the least, Mr. Chairman, no, yung gusto kong susugan, yung lagi kong tinatanong sa PAGCOR ito because we're the only country in the world perhaps enjoying this dual citizenship of PAGCOR, being the regulator and operator at the same time. Saan ka naman nakakita nun na ikaw na regulator, ikaw pa yung operator? And I remember 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, the PAGCOR chief made mention of somehow that idea na ano na po kayo, no? So gusto ko malaman kung nasaan na po tayo doon para nang sa ganun maging malinaw na po talaga tayo. Tayo ba'y regulator? Tayo operator?
Opo. Tulad po ng nabanggit ko, humigit kumulang siguro 1 taon at kalahati na sa mga hearing dito sa Senado na nauukol sa Pogo. Isa po sa pangunahing talagang ginagawa ko ay yung tinatawag na decoupling Dahil sa buong mundo po, wala pong kaisa-isang regulador na operator din at the same time. Maski saan po kayo mag-research. Kaya naniniwala po ako doon sa sinabi ninyo at para po sa update lamang ay naisubmit na po namin sa GCG, yung pong aming pinagre-reporta ng mga GOCC, ang lahat po ng dokumento na hiniling nila sa amin para nang sa ganun mapag-aralan na at madesisyon na kung tamang maghiwalay na ang papel na ginagampanan ng PAGCOR bilang isang regulador nga lang ba dapat or kasama rin ang bigibigay.
For the record, Mr. Chairman, what is your position?
My position, I have said this time and again, I am for the decoupling. I am for PAGCOR only being a regulator and not both a regulator and an operator.
Thank you very much, Mr.